Hello there and welcome to today's United Kingdom Talk. First of all, today some news of the show. We're going to lose the Saturday show, okay? So the recorded shows will now only be on Tuesday and Thursday. Now, I did mention to you a little while ago that I was saying that I'm going to have to cut back on something. Well, this is one of those things, all right? So there will now only be a recorded show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, the Monday afternoon show, which was on between 12 and 2, will now only be on between 12 and 1, with the option of extending it. You know, if we get very busy, then we can always extend it for another hour, which wouldn't surprise me if that keeps happening. But at the moment, on the schedule, that will be changed slightly. Oh, I've just dropped my pen. So the live show will now only be an hour long, okay? Those of you that are regular listeners and indeed viewers to the show, you'll understand what all that's about. I'm sure you understand, but time is of the essence and we need to cut back a little bit. So in future, the recorded shows carry on as usual on Tuesdays and Thursdays, half an hour each, and the live show will be on Monday afternoon between 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock UK time and 1 o'clock. All right, so just a couple of changes there. Wanted to ask you, do you ever read these celebrity magazines? I have never really seen the attraction of wondering what Tom Cruise has got in his shopping basket, or what the latest person that Jordan has slept with, or pictures of, I don't know, someone's baby or someone's wedding. I've never quite seen the attraction of it, but they make a lot of money, don't they, these magazines? Now, the ones in the UK, we have OK, and we have Heat, and we have Gossip. There are others, there are a lot of others. These are the only ones that came to mind. And I think the most famous of them all must be called Hello magazine. Always full of pictures of celebrities doing inane things, and I've never ever seen the attraction. And you see them in the supermarket and in the newsagent. People buying these magazines. There's always, you know, there's 3 or 4 people in the queue. I guarantee one of those people will have 1, 2, possibly all of these celebrity magazines. What is that all about? Eh? I just don't get it. I really don't. I notice, I don't know if this one is available in the UK, but it's possibly in a foreign country. But one of these magazines has the rather unfortunate title of Uterus. I'm serious. Uterus. Uterus Celebrity Gossip Magazine. Which I find a bit worrying, really. I mean, I didn't want to open the pages on that one, wondering what I would see. Can you just imagine that? Well, it's there. Type it in on the internet. Uterus magazine. Uterus. So do tell me, do you read these celebrity magazines and why? On the other hand, perhaps it's just like the magazine. I mean, I'm not a celebrity, but perhaps it's just kind of the magazine version of a show like this. Why on earth do you want to watch this and see me sit in the garden next to my plants, chatting away for half hour? Hey, do you read these magazines? Which ones and why? Do let us know on the email, okay? Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Apologies, I might be sniffing a bit today. The asthma thing, which of course I had when I was at my sister's, is almost recovered, but has left me with a little bit of a kind of coldy, chesty type thing, which is going. Right, do not worry, I'm not going to peg out yet, don't worry, I told you. I've been booked until the year 35,000, and I'm going to do a show for every single week of that, okay? Don't worry, I'm not about to peg out. We must catch up on the emails today. First of all, a new viewer, listener, Taylor Charlotte. What a lovely name, Taylor Charlotte. Now, I don't know where you are, Taylor. Hi, Chris. I've been listening to United Kingdom Talk podcast for over a year now, and I absolutely love your show. I'm sorry, I hope you're not too disappointed we're going to cut back on one of the shows. Though I don't usually watch the YouTube version. I did, however, watch your Australian trip. It was beautiful. Thanks and cheers. I'm glad you're enjoying our little shows, Taylor. Tell us a little bit more about you. Where are you in the world? Where are you hiding, dear? Hey, do let us know, okay? Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Hello to Ashley, a new regular viewer of the show. I love the glasses, by the way, Ashley. I did see your photograph. Hello, Chris. I just listened to the April the 20th show, and I heard that you didn't know what Gourds, is it Gourds, 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 or dachshunds were. I found this quite comical, as I've never heard of anyone who didn't know anything about these two, but do not worry. I'll quickly educate you. Now, no, Ashley, darling, it's a thing. A lot of people think I know everything. Actually, I don't. And I'm always happy to have an education from anyone, dear. I really, especially if it's free. She says, you may have heard that dachshunds were referred to as weenie dogs. Now, as soon as you say dogs, I've got to be honest, I know what dachshunds were. I just didn't, because I always thought it was dachshunds as in Hounds, and you're spelling it dachshunds, Hunds. So that's why I became confused. I actually don't know the correct English spelling of that word, so I'll have to look it up. I've got two of them, and they are lovely. I'll include a picture or two, and she's indeed has sent a picture of two lovely dogs, which for some reason hasn't printed out too well. I did get, however, the picture of kind of the head of one of them, which I printed off there, so thank you very much. It came up on the screen, all right. My printer, I don't understand my printer. It's only a black and white one, and it doesn't seem to cope very well with printing out pictures from email. Does anyone know why that is? It seems to split them up on different pages. Why would it do that? Can anyone help me? Please let me know. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Gourds, Gourds, I hope I'm saying that. Don't know if I'm saying that right, are in the squash family. Oh, these aren't dogs then, no? Oh, I see. Hang on a minute. I understand what that other picture is now, dear. Oh, you silly old fool, Chris Reardon. I thought it was another type of dog. Well, I mean, it's the way you wrote the email. Didn't know what Gourds or dachshunds were. I thought there were two types of dogs you were about to tell me about. I wondered what that other picture... Because she sent me another picture, which did print out right. And I couldn't quite work out what it was, to be honest. And it's... well, she goes on to say here, Gourds are in the squash family. And once the seeds are spread out in the ground, it grows and spreads like wildfire. I love them, but you have to cut them back every few weeks. I'll include a picture of a gourd as well, which indeed you have done so thanks for that. You can paint them after they've dried out, or make bird houses out of them. Of course, you saw... Did you see my bird house on the last show? I've got two bird boxes up on my wall, and one of them definitely has a nest in it. It's a nest. And its mum or dad keeps coming, and it stands on the edge of the box and pokes things. I'm wondering if there are chicks inside, or if there's anyone actually in the box as we're doing the show. Did you see it on the last show or not? It's a wonderful activity for kids, painting and doing these things. And I plan on teaching this art form to my three lovely nieces. You'll get a picture of them too. I can't say much for their mother, because I despise her. Oh, we love... All the secrets come out on this programme. And I would rather not raise my blood pressure. They are my brother's children, and I love him and the children so very much. I listened to a broadcast of a December show where you talked openly about being gay and attending church at the same time. I'm in a similar situation, but I'm of Christian Baptist background, so I'm sure you understand how difficult it is for me to be accepted and understood. I'm only 22, nearly 23 years old, but a lot of experience under my belt and a level head on my shoulders. I love life, and I won't let other people's opinions ruin my happiness. Anyhow, your show does entertain me during my boring work day. Oh, have you got a boring job? Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I do hope this alleviates the boredom just for those few minutes a week. Hey, does it, lovey? Does it? And all free of charge. Oh, God, I mean, my entire life is just giving things away. It really is. I should be a registered charity. Do we need a donate button somewhere? Would anyone actually donate anything? Probably not. It literally is boring. I'm sitting in front of a computer all day long, pushing buttons and looking miserable. It can be nice if I go outside for a smoke or just to get fresh air. Thanks for reading my email, and you can count on me being a regular listener. Thank you, Ashley. Well, number one, very importantly, stop smoking, dear. Very, very important. I used to smoke. I used to smoke 40 cigarettes a day, and I gave up in 1991. Best thing I ever did, Ashley. Best thing I ever did. Now, as for the openly gay thing, now, I do not walk around with a big sign on myself saying I'm gay, okay? I do not make a point of bringing it up in a conversation or anything like that. Some people do. I prefer to just fit in, okay? I fit in and I get on with whatever I'm doing, and whether it's in a club or in a shop or in church or anything like that. And probably, I suppose, as people are talking to me in a conversation, it becomes noticed that, oh, hang on, this bloke's a little bit different, right? But I don't go around screaming it, walking around streets in shorts that are far too small for me. You know exactly what I'm saying, do you? I have no interest in going on... oh, the cat's come now. Good morning, Katie. I've no interest on going on marches or anything like that. I just want to fit in. The fact that I fancy blokes is kind of neither here nor there to me. It's just one of those things. You know, this is how I was born. A lot of people, they think, oh, no, you choose to be like that. No, you don't. You're born like it. A lot of people who are born like it, like me, tried to do something about it, going out with girls. I even got married. I thought that would sort out the problem. It doesn't. You were born like it. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. However, I do, as I say, prefer to fit in with other people. You know, my idea of a night out would probably be at a straight pub with a load of other lads and blokes just having a good night out, rather than in now a gay venue. Now, I wasn't always like that. That's only happened recently. I don't like the whole attitude, the general opinion that so many gay, not all, but many of gay people, that they are better than anyone else, because we're not. We're all the same. Everyone on this planet is exactly the same. You know? And I think possibly there's your answer there. You know, you are whatever you are, but you don't have to scream. I mean, look at it this way. Do you know any straight men or straight girls that walk along streets screaming that, oh, hello, I'm straight? No, they don't. They just get on with their life. And that's how I am. And I think that's the secret. That it's not a secret at all. It's not a secret. That's just the answer. Okay? If you want to be accepted, whatever, then you carry on. All right, so I go to church. I'm sure it's pretty obvious to some of them, especially as one in particular, a very old school friend of mine, who serves on the altar. Now, he must have noticed, okay? But he's not said a word. And I haven't said a word. Why do we need to talk about these things? We don't, do we? As far as he's concerned, I'm still the same bloke who used to go to church and play the organ. I used to serve on the altar, the whole lot. I just don't understand what all this screaming from the rooftops is about. Just get on with your life and do what you do, and then everything's fine. It was always that for me. Okay, so there's my answer there. Ashley says, I meant to include the name of my dachshunds. The red one is Sugar. Sugar, da 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 da. Oh, do you remember that song? I haven't heard that for years. The Arches, isn't it? Do you know that one? Sugar, da 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 da. Oh, honey, honey, da 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 da. You are my candy girl, and I got you loving me or wanting me. Do you remember that one? Sugar? Yes, the Arches. She's 12 years old. That's quite old for a dog, isn't it? 12. And the piebald is Bonnie, a 4-year-old beauty. Oh, you've got some lovely names for your dog, Sugar and Bonnie. They don't drool or slobber at all. And will they be okay on my lap then? Because I can't bear a dog where it brings its head up, as friendly as it may be, and then all this stuff's coming out of its mouth onto my lap. Not very nice, dear. Well, it's all sticky and horrible, isn't it? Yeah, I was watching this programme the other day, and there were these people in Tunisia, and they were on camels and things like that. And one of the things... just a minute. Have I just noticed something? Oh, no, it's okay. One of the camels, as the woman looked round, it spat at her, and it went right in her mouth. Oh, how awful, dear. It was that programme I watched, I told you about it, called Coach Trip, which incidentally has finished now, so I've got nothing to do now in the afternoons. I love that programme, Coach Trip. She says, their breath may be a bit awful, but they're still sweet. Well, you have to brush their teeth then, don't you? Does anyone brush their dog's teeth? Is that a thing to do or not? Oop. Attacked there by a wasp. Just a minute, have I done something wrong here? Who is it? I'm just wondering, have I done something? No, I haven't. Carry on, one minute. Oh, there we are. Sorry, something went a bit wrong then. I thought for 1 minute I didn't have my recording device recording the sound, but it was. You may have noticed a slight hiccup in the audio there. Did you notice a hiccup? Did you notice a hiccup? The names of my nieces are as follows, and they are Kayla, 4, Katie, 3, and Kristin, 6. Why do they all start with K? Is there some strange reason for that? Why they all start with K? Hey, do let us know, okay? And thank you very much for the pictures of the children. I don't usually show pictures of people's children on the YouTube unless they particularly ask, okay? Because you never know who's watching these things, do you? Okie doke. Where's my other bit of paper now? Oh dear. Oh, I am getting confused. 1 minute. I've got so many bits of paper in front of me this morning. There should be... Oh dear. Oh my God, this is turning into a disaster, isn't it? 1 minute. There's that one there. Sorry. Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? The wind has now blown them all over there. Mind you, I've done those two, so they can go. That can go. That can go. Let me get rid of these. There it is. Okay, it's okay. All back to normal. Don't panic. Don't panic. Hello to Jennifer, who says, hi, Chris. You wanted to see a couple of pictures, and kindly enough, Jennifer has sent in a couple of pictures. One is which absolutely amazing. Again, unfortunately, my printer seems to split up pictures that are sent with emails that are very large, and I don't know why it does that. And first of all, she sent a picture of her daughter Dallas cuddling with Doddy Watt, which is a chicken. And let me tell you, boys and girls, this chicken is massive. I have never seen such a large chicken in all my life. Do large chickens, do they weigh a lot? Oh, I suppose they do, don't they? The same as when you put them in the oven. I hope you're not going to start eating your pets. What a terrible thing to do. I hope I don't come back as a chicken and end up in your house. 1 minute cuddling me on the sofa and then shoving me in the oven at gas mark 200 or whatever. Eh? But I'm surprised. She sent a picture of Dallas and Peanut, which is the alpha chicken. And picture 3 was of Pop-Tart, the sweet one. She's wearing a diaper and she wears nappies. She has made nappies for one of these chickens. Serious? I made them myself. They are pretty effective. They fight me a bit when putting them on, but after they are on, the chickens just forget about them. And I did actually see, I wish I could show it to you, but it just doesn't print off properly. She has actually put nappies. She is actually putting nappies now on her chickens. I wonder if I could get one for the cats, you know, Could I put the, you know, because the cat unfortunately can't come into the house because of my asthma. And maybe I could get some sort of plastic bag and put it over all of the cat so that just the head and the paws are through this plastic bag, and surely that would catch all the fur, wouldn't it? Would that work? Or would the cat just be scratching away at it, trying to get it off again? Just a suggestion. Has anyone tried that? Oh, there's another one from Ashley here. Sorry, I forgot these two, Ashley. Who says, who looked at the picture of the London Eye. I think she watched the show that we were talking about, the London Eye, which I went on probably 6 or 7 weeks ago now, wasn't it now? She says, I see what you mean about the height of the London Eye. Mercy me, my heart would be beating in my throat and my stomach on the floor. She said, I once went up in a high tower in San Antonio when I was itty-bitty, and all the cars looked like ants, and I swore I would never go up that high again. Well, you don't want to go on the London Eye then, my love. It really is very, very high. And once that door's closed, you can't get off it until it's come all the way round again. Frightening. Absolutely frightening. Thanks for the emails there. It's a lovely lot of emails there you got, Ashley. Jennifer also writes, another email here from Jennifer. Hi Chris, how are you doing? I'm very well. I'm getting excited because I'm getting closer towards a goal of travelling to see my husband every 2 weeks for 2 weeks. Attorneys sure do take their sweet time and take my hard-earned money. I find it extremely absurd as to what attorneys charge. Are you getting divorced then? I'm not quite sure what's happening here. You're going to see your husband, and then you're talking about your attorney, so I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say here, my darling. Tell us more. We want the gossip. My attorney charges $350 an hour, and I only make $16 an hour. Can you see how many hours I have to work to pay for 1 hour with the attorney? I mean, how do you do it? That's like... must be a week's money to you to hire an attorney for an hour. I hate calling them because they charge me $15 just for a phone call in which we conversed for less than 2 minutes. But anyway, it's getting closer to becoming finalised. So why do you want to go and see your husband? Are you getting divorced? Oh, I think you must be getting divorced here. I don't know. I don't know. I'm divorced. Did you know that? Yes, I was married once. It didn't last very long. Just 9 months I was with her, but one of those things, isn't it? Got to try everything once, Jennifer, dear. Well, oh, here comes the cat again. What do you want more attention, dear? Oh, incidentally, the cat is standing next. Look at this. I'm growing corn this year. We're trying sweet corn, and in my hand, in front of me, which I'm actually holding up to a camera at the moment, is my sweet corn seedling. Well, it's not so much a seedling now, my young sweet corn plant, which is now about 3 inches high. And we'll see how that comes on over the next few weeks. I don't really want to plant these out yet because we are still getting frosts very, very early, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's why they're in plants. And after I finish the show, it'll be going back upstairs on the windowsill. The only thing is the plant does appear to be getting a little bit too big for the pot now. And, I mean, would it become pot-bound? Or is that okay just for a few more weeks until the danger of frosts has passed? I don't know, really. Anyway, back to this. I wanted to comment on a couple of things on the show from the 22nd of April. Chivalry, she says. Remember we were talking about chivalry? Holding doors open for people. Certain members of the public say thank you. Certain members of the public never say thank you. I don't think it's dead, she says. At least not here. I don't know if it helps me that I'm blonde with long hair and the guys usually hold the door for me and I always say thank you with a big smile. Well, that's good on you then. That's good on you, but I have a feeling you're in the minority. You'd be in the minority here. Terrible, it is terrible. I can understand the aggravation of the men from the cold shoulder they may receive from ungrateful women. I myself try to show courtesy to other women as well as men, or even children. Most of the time, the guys will say thanks. However, I have come across many a time where I would hold a door open for a woman aged 25 to 40 and they'd not even acknowledge me. You see, that's what I'm saying to you. That is the age group and the sex we're having the problem with. They seem to think they can waltz in anywhere, in and out of places, whenever they want, and like they're the boss. And you hold the door open, nothing. Anyone over 40 says thank you. The women are wonderful. They generally say thank you. Most of the time. 95% of the time. But with that age group of girls, I wouldn't even say 25, I'd say 16 to 40, that's the problem group. Well, I would say 70% of them do not even acknowledge you as they walk through the door. They don't. She says, if I don't get a thank you, I say loudly, "You're welcome." It usually brings them out of their self-centred selves and find out while I was yelling at them. 9 times out of 10, they will eventually say thank you, although with a slight tone of embarrassment. Oh, well, that's good. If you've embarrassed them, good, because they deserve it. Slight tone of embarrassment because I've yelled at them. And other people have looked at what I was yelling for why the ungrateful cow had ignored courtesy. Sometimes, certain types of women think it's due to them. What snobs? What you mean? I know what you mean. Like, you know, because they are who they are, they feel that it's like due to them for everyone to open doors and do everything for them, don't they? Also, on the subject you were asking, what would attract people to a pub? What about other types of games? Say Twister, which is the game with dots, and people have to put their hands on different coloured dots. Or Simon Says. Or maybe charades. You certainly would have to host those. Twister would take up a fair amount of room, I think. Also, I can see that game creating trouble. When girlfriends and boyfriends are doing the game and then other people becoming, and then you get a lot of body contact. I can see fights breaking out for that one, which could of course all become part of the fun as well, I suppose, the fights. They would definitely be for engaging the patrons. Gotta run, try to list a bunch of books while listening to your show. All right, thanks very much. Oh, Katie, will you come away from my plants, please? She sat down right on my new corn. We haven't broken that on my new corn plant. Oh, now she's washing her ears and attacked me. Why do they do that? 1 minute cats are nice and then they suddenly lash out, don't they? Thanks, Jennifer. Lovely to hear from you, darling. One here from our friend Nathan. Again, talking on the subject of young women and their, you know, obliviousness to anyone that does anything for them. This one, he goes on about the pram brigade. We were talking about young mothers who they have a pram in front of them and think that they should always go first, whatever. And Nathan says, it's the pram brigade that are the worst. They are so selfish. No thanks, no nothing. You are right in stating that it's the older generation that always thank you. A few times they can see that I'm disabled and insist that I go first. People I will open doors for now is old people and other disabled people, usually those in wheelchairs. It's a sad world we live in now, so thanks for that one, Nathan. Now there's another little email here from Nathan. Oh, and one from young Chris from ABC, and another one from Ashley, and one from Millie as well. We'll catch up with those on the next show. Don't forget, boys and girls, the recorded show is now only on Tuesdays and Thursdays. No more Saturday recorded show. Thanks very much for watching and listening to the show today. I'll see you on the next one. From myself, Chris Reardon. Email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you soon. Bye.